begin our practice today in an easy seated position, coming down to the mat, crossing the legs, ground down through your sit bones, lengthening through your spine. Relax your shoulders down and away from your ears. Take a deep breath in and out. We'll begin our practice with some neck circles, tucking the chin first down to the chest, then we'll drop that right ear to the right shoulder, roll the head all the way back, and then bring the left ear toward the left shoulder, returning the chin back to center, continuing these neck rotations, nice and slow, moving in one direction. And then we'll take them the opposite way. Articulating each little movement here. Slowly come back to center, sitting tall, lengthen back up through the spine. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, open to the right side. We're gonna bring that left hand to the right knee, right hand to the base of the spine. Maybe you gaze over your right shoulder. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, twist to the opposite side, bringing that right hand to the left knee, left hand to the base of the spine. Gazing back. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, twist back, open toward that right side. Maybe you keep that right hand at the base of the spine or bring that right hand to the left hip crease. Deepening your twist a little bit more. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, twist open to the left. Maybe that left hand stays behind the low back or wraps around for that right hip crease. Inhale, unwind, sweep the arms all the way back up. Exhale, lower the hands to heart center. Gonna relax the hands onto the knees, taking some torso circles next. We'll bring the left shoulder toward the right knee, swing the chest forward, and then round that spine back, tucking the chin into the chest, making big full circles with the upper body. Moving in one direction for now. And then we'll switch directions, taking those torso circles the opposite way. Slowly come all the way back through center, sitting up tall, lengthening back up through your spine. Deep breath in and out. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up, palms meet overhead. Exhale, release that right hand down to the mat. Inch those right fingertips a little bit further to the right side. Inhale, lengthen through the left fingertips. And then as you exhale, reach that left arm up and over, pulling the left shoulder back. Inhale, cactus that left arm, bend the elbow. Exhale, curl and round over toward that right side. Inhale, cactus. Exhale, round. Once more, inhale, cactus. Exhale, round. Inhale, come all the way back up, palms meet. Exhale, left hand comes down, walking those left fingertips to the side. Inhale, reach through the right fingertips. And then exhale, reach that right arm up and over. Stay grounded through that right sit bone. Inhale, cactus. Exhale, round. Inhale, cactus. Exhale, round. Last one, inhale, cactus. Exhale, round. Inhale, come all the way back up. Palms meet at the top. Exhale, lower the hands to heart center. Making your way into child's pose. Come onto the hands and knees. Connect the knees together or separate the mat with distance. Bring the big toes to touch as you sink your hips toward your heels, extending your arms toward the top of the mat. Maybe you rest your chin or your forehead down on the mat. Taking a few moments here to just let your entire body feel heavy. Pressing your weight down into the earth. Taking nice, long, deep breaths in and out. Inch those fingertips forward, lifting the elbows up off the mat. Activate through the arms. For thread the needle, we're going to take that right arm, thread it under the left, bringing the right shoulder and ear to the mat. Continue extending the left fingertips toward the top of your mat, sinking the hips toward your heels. 2 deep breaths on this side. Slowly re-extend that right arm. Deep inhale. Exhale. Keeping those elbows lifted, we'll take the left arm underneath the right. Bring that left shoulder and ear to the mat. Extend through those right fingertips. Deep shoulder stretch here. 2 more breaths on this side. Re-extend that left arm out in front of you, returning back to neutral child's pose. Deep inhale and exhale. Slowly press into the palms, coming up into tabletop, separating all 10 fingers nice and wide. Bring the knees under the hips, wrists are underneath the shoulders. Extend your right toes back on the mat, gently rocking your weight forward and back, stretching through that right hamstring. And then we'll float that right foot up off the mat, engaging the core. Stay here, or maybe you reach that left hand forward on the mat. You can also extend that left arm all the way out in front of you for balancing tabletop. Gaze past the left thumb. Return to neutral tabletop. Extending the left toes back this time, gently rocking the weight forward and back. Float that left foot, engage the core. Same options as that first side. Maybe you stay here, maybe you reach that right hand forward or extend that right arm all the way out in front of you. Engaging your core here, balancing tabletop. Return back to neutral, lowering the hand and the knee. For cow and cat, pressing through all 10 fingers. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze up, cow pose. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin to the chest, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Look over your right shoulder. Back to center. Look over the left shoulder. Back to center. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And return to that neutral flat back. I'm going to slowly lower all the way down to the mat. Coming onto the belly. We're going to extend the arms out, bringing the elbows right underneath the shoulders, palms pressed down into the earth. Relax your shoulders back, gazing out in front of you. Press the tops of the feet down into the mat, trying to actively lift the kneecaps up off the mat, creating a deep stretch through the middle of the spine. 3 more deep breaths right here, pulling the shoulders down, opening through the chest. Slowly bring the hands underneath the shoulders, lowering the chest a little bit closer to the mat. Squeeze the elbows in tight to your sides. Inhale, lift up, chin and chest, baby cobra. Little to no weight in the hands here, using the strength of your low back to lift you up. Slowly lower the hands down, lower that right ear to the mat. Bring the arms by the sides, palms face up. Deep inhale. Exhale. Bring the chin back to center, hands come back underneath the shoulders. We'll do a second set of baby cobra. Inhale, lift the chin and chest, pull those shoulders back. Exhale, left ear comes to the mat, arms come by the sides, palms face up. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Bring that chin back to center, hands come back underneath the shoulders. I'm gonna slowly press into the palms, come all the way up into tabletop position. Bringing those wrists back underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Gonna stretch the wrists a little more, turning the fingertips in or toward the sides of the mat, wrists face in toward one another. You can stay still here if this is enough of a stretch, or gently rock your weight from side to side. Come back to center, flipping the palms back to face forward, pressing through all 10 fingers. Begin to tuck the toes under. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, press back down dog, lift the knees up, press the chest back toward the legs. Taking a moment in down dog to walk out your dog by bending into one knee and then the other. Stretching the hips and the hamstrings. Working your heels a little bit closer to your mat. 2 more breaths here in down dog. Maybe you shake your head no or yes, stretching your neck a little more. Lifting the hips high. Slowly walk your hands back to meet your feet, hanging in a forward fold at the back of your mat. You can have a generous bend in your knees, letting your head and neck hang heavy here. Reach for opposite elbows or forearms for a ragdoll. Gently swaying the weight from side to side. Letting the weight of the upper body pull you forward. Slowly release the elbows on your next breath in. Round up 1 vertebrae at a time. Let your head and your neck come up last. Relax your shoulders down and back, standing in mountain pose at the back of your mat. Rooting down through your feet. Lengthen through your spine. Palms face forward. Take a deep breath in. And out. Inhale, sweep the arms up, extended mountain, lengthen through the fingertips. Exhale, cactus, those arms pull the shoulders down and back, bending at the elbows, open through the chest. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower the hands to heart center. Press the palms together as you separate your feet about mat width distance apart for Malasana Yogi Squat. Turn the toes out, heels in. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, begin to bend your knees, squatting all the way down, bringing the glutes toward the mat. Press your elbows into your knees, lengthening through your spine. If you would like a little more support here and you have a yoga block with you, you can place that underneath your sit bones and sit on the block, giving your low back a little bit more support here. One more deep breath here in Malasana. And then we'll slowly lower the hands to the mat, sit the glutes back on the mat, and slowly extend the legs out in front of you. Gonna separate the legs out wide. You can have them about mat width distance or wider. The wider your legs are separated from one another, the deeper the hip stretch you'll feel in this posture. Flex your toes back toward your body. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Extending your fingertips toward the top of the mat. Keep your toes flexed to engage your entire leg. 2 more deep breaths right here. Slowly drag your hands toward your body, rounding all the way back up. We're going to extend the legs down the mat in front of us, lying all the way back into a quick Shavasana. So staying present for a few more moments. Take a deep breath in and out. For bridge pose, bend in at both knees, placing your heels close to your glutes. Heels are about hip width distance apart. Flipping the palms down into the mat by your sides. On your next breath in, lift your hips up, creating a big space between your low back and the mat. Engaging your glutes and your quads here. Lift up 1 more inch. 2 more long, deep breaths. Slowly lower the spine down to the mat. Hug the knees into the chest, reaching for opposite wrists or forearms, pressing that spine down into the mat. Relax your shoulders down. Maybe you stay stationary here. Maybe you make little circles on your spine. And then we'll slowly lower the feet to the mat, keeping those knees bent in. Separate the feet about mat width distance apart. Extend your arms either out to a T or cactus the arms, bending the elbows, whichever feels most comfortable here. Trying to keep those shoulders relaxed down into the mat. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, drop both knees to one side. Inhale, point the knees back up. Exhale, drop them to the opposite side. Moving with your own breath at your own pace. Inhale to point the knees up. And exhale to drop them to one side. Moving with your own breath, trying to match your movement with your breathing. Massaging the low back and the hips. Taking 2 more breaths here. Trying to drop the knees once more to each side. And then we'll meet with the knees pointing up toward the ceiling. Extend the arms by the sides, extending the legs all the way down the mat. Heels come toward one another, toes flare toward the sides of the mat. Rest your arms by your sides, palms can face up or down. Relaxing your shoulders down and away from your ears. We'll take a cleansing breath together. This will be a deep inhale through the nose with a loud sigh out through the mouth. Inhale, expand your belly, expand your lungs, filling to the top of your chest. Exhale, sigh it out. Letting all of that stale air go. If you have time and it is comfortable for you, you can let your eyes gently flutter closed here, finding your final Shavasana. Maybe you spend the next couple minutes practicing some mindfulness, connecting to yourself in Shavasana, or if you've got to go somewhere, we will close out our practice together now. Thank you so much for taking the time to practice with me today. Take a moment, thank yourself for showing up on your mat and practicing. Namaste.